Chapter 3. Dear Daniel's Idea. On Monday, the Friendship Club got together at break time to talk about the talent show. Everyone in their class wanted to enter too. Hello Kitty had got her 3 songs ready. Her friends listened to her as she sang them all, and then voted on the song they thought sounded best. They chose Sunshine Girl. Hello Kitty had also thought up a really cool dance routine that went with it really well. She showed them how it went, and Tammy made a few suggestions for some extra dance moves. Then they all listened to Dear Daniel on his guitar, and Fifi performed her gymnastics routine. They clapped as she finished with a backflip. Tammy pretended to be a judge and put on a voice like their head teacher, Miss Brown, and told Fifi she was brilliant and had scored 10 out of 10. They all giggled. Suddenly, Hello Kitty realised that they still hadn't helped Tammy think of something to do. That had to be their next task. But still, no one could think of anything. Tammy said she thought it might be easier if she didn't enter. She was happy to just cheer them all on, but the rest of the Friendship Club didn't want Tammy to be left out. She had to enter. Dear Daniel announced that he might have an idea. He wasn't going to tell them now, but if they were all allowed to come round to his house after school, he would hold a Friendship Club meeting and tell them. Tell them then. Just then the bell rang and they had to go back into class. Hello Kitty ran inside with the others, her mind racing. What was dear Daniel's idea for Tammy's act going to be? Dear Daniel lived in a little house with a white fence around the front garden and a green front door. His dad let the girls in and they went through to the big sunroom at the back of the house. Such a cute little house. Sorry. Where dear Daniel was waiting for them. He had a big box on the table in front of him covered up with a purple cloth. As they came in, he whisked it off. Ta-da! Hello Kitty stared. On the table was a box of magic tricks. Maybe Tammy could be a magician. Tammy giggled. She liked the thought of it, but she had no idea if she was any good at magic tricks. Dear Daniel explained that he would help her. His dad had taught him how to do magic tricks the last time they had been travelling abroad together. While he started showing Tammy what to do, Fifi and Hello Kitty practiced their act. They could hear Tammy laughing. Hello Kitty didn't want to put her off by saying anything, but every time she looked around, Tammy seemed to be getting a trick wrong. After a while, dear Daniel's dad brought in a tray piled high with biscuits, flapjacks, glasses, and a big jug of blackcurrant squash. They all had a snack and a drink, and then dear Daniel said he thought Tammy was ready to show them some tricks. Tammy didn't look quite as sure, but she went and dressed up in the magician's cape and hat, and then came back out. She had also stuck a very large fake mustache on her face. She twirled it around and put on a funny voice telling them she was Mervyn, the magnificent magician. The others all giggled. She sounded very funny. Tammy threw her arms wide and told them to prepare to be amazed. Astonished and astonished, she looked really confident as she did. A twirl swirling out of her cape, and then she took a pack of cards. She asked Hello Kitty to choose one, but not to show her. It was the Queen of Hearts. Tammy took out another pack of cards and shuffled it and pulled out a card from the middle. She showed it to them. She had chosen the same card as Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty looked at the ace of spades in Tammy's hand. It wasn't the same card at all. Oh dear, she showed Tammy the card in her hand. Tammy looked a bit embarrassed and tried again, but this time she pulled out the two of diamonds. Her card trick really wasn't working. So she quickly moved on to the next trick. She announced that she was going to perform a magical, miraculous, and marvelous trick. She was going to pull a rabbit toy from her empty hat. She took off her hat and showed them it was empty inside. Only it wasn't. Fifi put her hand and whispered to Tammy that she could see a long, fluffy white ear sticking out of the hat's purple lining. Oops, Tammy giggled, and she quickly stuffed the ear back inside. Now that trick had gone wrong too. Maybe she should try another one instead. But trick after trick went wrong. Tammy started to giggle more and more with every mistake. The others started to laugh too. They couldn't help it. It was so funny, and Tammy didn't mind that they were all laughing. In fact, she started to mess around even more and made mistakes on purpose. In the end, she pulled off her cape and hat. It had been a great idea of dear Daniel's, but she didn't think she had a better be a magician in the talent show. Not unless she wanted to win a prize for being the worst act on stage. So what was she going to do? Tammy said she had made up her mind. She really wasn't going to go in the show. The others started to argue with her, but she shook her head. Really, she didn't mind, she told them. She was very happy just helping them and not entering herself. After all, not everyone in the world had a talent that was right for a talent show, and that was okay. She would help them get ready and then watch from the audience. Fifi and dear Daniel still wanted persuade her to enter, but Hello Kitty remembered what she had read the night before about how you shouldn't try and make a friend be just like you. If Tammy was happy not entering, then that should be fine with her friends. She gave Tammy a hug and said that it would be lovely to have her watch and help them even if she wasn't entering. Fifi and dear Daniel hugged her too. Hello Kitty checked that even if Tammy didn't go in the show, she would still come to the sleepover on Friday night, wouldn't she? Tammy grinned. Just try and stop her. Chapter 4. Makeover Fun. Hello Kitty skipped around in her bedroom, getting everything ready for a sleepover. It was after school on Friday, and very soon the rest of the Friendship Club would be arriving. All week, she, Fifi, and dear Daniel had been practicing their acts. Tammy had been a great help watching them and giving them tips. Hello Kitty was really looking forward to doing the makeover on Tammy. It would be one way of saying thank you to her for being so supportive. Tammy was a brilliant friend. Hello Kitty had placed some duvets out on her bedroom floor. They were all going to have sleeping bags on top of the duvets and sleep there. Her own sleeping bags, which was pink with purple polka dots all over it, was already carefully laid out. Next to it was a white sleeping bag covered with red hearts. That was Minnie's, Hello Kitty's twin sister. She was joining in the sleepover. She wasn't a regular member of the Friendship Club because she played the flute and was too busy with band practice. but she liked to join in with the things they did when she could. Hello Kitty's bed had different accessories laid out on it. There were scarves, belts, fabric pens, sewing kit, hair bows. Tammy was going to bring some old clothes with her that her mum didn't mind being customised and changed. Hello Kitty quickly tidied the dressing table. She collected lip glosses and put them all out in a neat row along with sparkly eyeshadow, hairbrush, glitter spray, and perfume. There, she was ready for her friends to arrive. Minnie came running into the bedroom with a bag in her hands. On her way back from band practice, she had asked Papa to stop at the shops and she had bought some sweets for a midnight feast. Perfect. The twins split and the sweets into 5 little bowls, and there was a knock on the front door. Their guests had arrived. The sleepover was about to begin. Soon everyone had put out their sleeping bags and unpacked their pajamas and toothbrushes. Tammy gave Hello Kitty the bag of clothes she had bought for them too, to customize. Fifi had also bought some old clothes that her mum had said Hello Kitty could use for the makeover if she wanted. While dear Daniel, Fifi, Minnie went into Minnie's bedroom to practice for their talent show, Hello Kitty and Tammy put all the makeover clothes out on the bed. Tammy shook her head and breathed that it looked like a jumble sale. She had no idea how Hello Kitty would be able to make her look nice with these old clothes, but Hello Kitty's mind was already filling with ideas. There were several shirts, t-shirts, leggings, some too small summer dresses, old jeans with a rip in them, and a sparkly dress of Fifi's. She started to pull clothes together, trying out looks and then changing her mind. If she'd been choosing for herself, she had definitely would have gone for one of the ruffled skirts for the daytime look and paired it with some cool accessories. But she wasn't choosing an outfit for herself, she was choosing one for Tammy, and she knew Tammy liked to wear jeans and t-shirts. Finally, Hello Kitty made up her mind. She cut 3 squares out of some old pink and purple pattern blouses and then handed them to Tammy with the sewing kit and the jeans. She wanted Tammy to sew the brightly coloured patches over the rips in the jeans. It would stop them looking old and would make them much more stylish. Tammy set to work. Meanwhile, Hello Kitty pulled out an old lilac summer dress. If she shortened it, it would make a great daytime tunic to go over the jeans. To complete the look, Tammy could wear a red and white scarf wrapped twice around her neck. Perfect. Mama White peeped round the door to see how they were getting on. She loved fashion and wanted to see what the girls were up to. Hello Kitty showed her what she wanted to do with the tunic, and Mama said she would shorten it using her sewing machine. She took the tunic out to start on it. While Tammy sewed the patches onto the jeans, Hello Kitty began to think about the party look. This was so much fun, at least the clothes were all ready. Tammy dressed up in the jeans and tunic and they looked fantastic. Hello Kitty showed Tammy how to tie the scarf around her neck and then started to do her hair and makeup. She backcombed Tammy's hair and fixed it in a high ponytail, and then she added a little watermelon lip gloss. Tammy was ready, her daytime look was complete. Tammy looked in the mirror and beamed in delight. She loved the fact that she was still wearing jeans, but they looked so much more stylish now that they had the purple and pink patches sewn on them, and they went really well with the lilac tunic top. The scarf around her neck was the perfect finishing touch. Hello Kitty called the others into her bedroom and they all rushed in, admired Tammy's new look. She did a twirl and everyone clapped. Mama announced that she would go and start getting tea ready. She asked Minnie, Fifi, and dear Daniel to help her while Hello Kitty helped Tammy into the party outfit. Tammy changed out of the jeans for her party outfit. Hello Kitty had turned Fifi's silver sparkly dress into a skirt and added a red chiffon skirt. As a belt, because the skirt was so sparkly, Hello Kitty matched it with a simple white top, red and silver bangles, and a small red shoulder bag. Perfect for a party. In fact, it would have been perfect for the talent show. Hello Kitty felt a tiny flash of disappointment, and that Tammy wasn't going to be entering. But it was okay, as long as Tammy was happy, she thought. Hello Kitty showed Tammy how to apply her silver eyeshadow with a brush and then finished off the look by putting Tammy's hair up into a messy bun. She twisted Tammy's hair up and used her grips to fix it into place. As she worked, Tammy picked up the hairbrush and comb and started to pretend that they were talking to each other. She made the comb sound like their class teacher, Miss Davy, and the hairbrush sounded like her twin brother, Timmy. Miss Davy was chasing Timmy around, telling him off for having untidy, sticky up hair. Then she picked up the eyeshadow brush and started pretending that was Hello Kitty trying to give Timmy a makeover. Hello Kitty started giggling. Tammy was very good at making her voice sound like other people's. She should be on stage. Hello Kitty suddenly gave a squeal. That was it. Of course, why hadn't she thought about that before? Tammy could go in the talent show after all.